How's it going? It's PM Vapes, and we're going to take a look at the Kangertech Subtank Mini. Pretty simple packaging. Go ahead and open it up. Kind of a different, interesting little packaging system. Get your little manual. Tells you how to build it, if you don't know how to rebuild rebuildable atomizers. Gives you a little crash course on that. Product authenticity card, and your little warning, because these are cotton coils and not silica wick, to let you know to prime it before you go ahead and fire it, because if not, you will mess up the cotton and you'll have to replace your coil or replace your cotton if you're using the rebuildable section. So we have the first little layer. Took out our atomizer. And now take out this first little foam section. It's kind of got itself stuck in there. There we go. We get in the bottom, we get a little bag of some cotton. Now, this is, from my understanding, is the Japanese organic cotton. I've normally used cotton balls, but I'm going to give this a try, and if I like the Japanese kind of sheet organic cotton, I may switch and order some more of that. We also get some replacement O-rings, a little blue screwdriver, some replacement screws for the rebuildable section. Looks like one spare coil for the rebuildable section if you don't already have wire to build your own. And yeah, and then we also get a replacement glass section, and then we have a, dump these out. We get our little rebuildable section, and then we get a 1.2 ohm coil head, and then we get our little rebuildable section. And there you go. Sorry, it was a little bit out of focus. Now, I have noticed a couple people have said that their air channel or juice channels weren't cut all the way through the bottom of the deck. That they kind of just came out the side, so it wasn't punched all the way through. It appears that there's been a few revisions of these in reference to this insulator down here and how the juice channels are made. If you receive one or the other, you could probably contact Kanger and they'll send you out the newer insulator if it cracks or something. I don't know, but I'm sure if you contacted them or whoever. I'm going to take a look at the actual atomizer. Zoom this in a little bit. You do have a few airflow options. Wide open, closed, one little hole, two holes, and wide open. We have a non-adjustable 510 pin on the bottom. And if we unscrew the base from the tank, it comes with a 0.5 ohm coil in here. We have our glass tank section, which is a little bit tough to take off because all the O-rings are dry, and so I don't break anything. I might just leave that on there for now, but the glass section does come off actually. Yeah, it's wanting to stay on there pretty good. Like I said, the O-rings aren't, there's no juice in there, so they're kind of dry and probably stuck to that glass a little bit. I'll mess with it later on when I go to clean it and take it apart completely. We have 510 drip tip, a little bit of a wide bore on that. You can use other drip tips with it if you don't like this one, or you want to use something else. Stainless steel construction. You have the Kangertech logo right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little build. I'm not going to use this coil. I'm going to use the rebuildable section in there. So go ahead and build that, and then I'll get my supplies together, build this, and then we'll see how it vapes. Alright, so we'll go ahead and build the Kanger Subtank Mini. Really not build, we're just gonna, maybe I should remove that part of the rebuildable section before I tighten that down. So one thing I just noticed, this bottom section is what actually holds this side of your deck in place, so you may want to just check and make sure this part is tight. That way your build deck doesn't get all messed up. And also remove this before you screw it down on here. So get that all put back together. Take some of this organic cotton that they supplied. They being Kanger. Whew. I cut a little section. I actually kind of took the little pad of cotton that they give you, and I actually cut it down. I thinned it, took about half the thickness or so away from it, and then cut a sliver of that, which this may actually be too thick as well. So let's try thinning that down one more time. It kind of feels a little bit loose for my liking. Let's go ahead and try this. There, that feels about right. So go ahead and wick this. This is my first time building this, or wicking this particular atomizer, so but I have built numerous things before, so we'll just stick that cotton in there, and then if I can find my little poking tool, just a little dental pick, just may or may not be a little too big. I'll have to see in a second. Take some of the juice I have here. Sorry for being off camera, just put a couple little drops of juice in there. Go ahead. Take this little chimney section back off one more time. Just want to see how the wick material is sitting in place. It looks a little dry on this side, so we'll go ahead and put a little bit more juice. That looks good enough for me. Go ahead and zoom you in a little bit. There you go. And basically, I have my cotton up on the deck. And this side I may need to push back just a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of sitting into my juice flow channel a little bit much. So go ahead and push that back up against the bottom of the deck. Go ahead and screw our chimney on there. Screw this top part of the chimney back on. I do like that it comes apart so you can make sure everything's where it should be. Look inside there, we got our little pre-built coil. And from my understanding, it is a 0.5-ish coil. So there you go, we got that all built up. And go ahead and throw some juice in here. And the one good thing is, if you notice how much room you have, it's not like your mini pro tanks and your standard pro tanks even, where you had to kind of try and not get juice down that center channel. This, just fill it up to the top of that chimney. That's what I'm filling it up to, at least. May end up being a little too much, but we shall see. We'll just screw that base section back in. The good thing is, when you fill it up, it doesn't quite look like it's filled up with juice, but when you flip it over, it looks nice and full of juice. So that's definitely a good thing. We'll throw it back on here. And go ahead and take out our mod, which is brand new. There will be a video on this, so I'm probably not going to talk too much about it in this video, but we're going to throw it on here and give it a vape. See how this does and see how the Subtank does. So go ahead and get this set up and I'll be right back. And we're back. Got this all set up on my Sigelli 50 watt. I did a review on. You can watch that if you'd like. This thing's nice. I got it right now firing at 19 watts. Airflow wide open. Puts out really good clouds, really good flavor. Man, I don't even want to do any more reviews. I want to just go sit and go vape this thing. Really good, really good. One thing I did want to cover on this, that Kanger, if you're interested in this one, because they do have the mini, the nano, and the original one. The original one, to switch between using the pre-built coil heads and the rebuildable section in here, you did have to change out the top piece. This one, it used the same top cap, so you don't have to change any parts. So if you go on vacation somewheres, you can, and say you don't have any cotton or you can't get cotton, you can just bring some coil heads with you. Just get you a 5-pack, throw a couple in your luggage, or your glove box in your car, whatever. And you always have replacement coils until you can rebuild this. Should your coil, you pop a coil or your wick burns out or something. 22mm device fits. It'll fit on your 22mm stuff. The top of this is a little bit wider than 22 mils, but with the bevel, it fits real nice. It's a nice comfortable size to me. I honestly, my opinion on this is, you know, compared to what I have around the house, which is usually a dripper, but I don't bring this with me places because dripping and driving is not the safest thing to do, and I wouldn't advise it. You know, if you're passing your car, not a problem, but this just something is convenient. You know, you get really good clouds, really good flavor. Good, you know, if you want a warm vape, you know, you can turn up your wattage. Rebuildable section. To me, this has a lot of pluses to it. I probably would have went with the Atlantis if it would have had a rebuildable section, just because it was out there in the market first. But I think the way that Kanger did this, I mean, I can buy coil heads for it pre-built if I want to go that route, or if I want to, you know, start rebuilding, I can rebuild. I mean, really, I bought an original K-Fun back. I never did a review on it because I broke it within 24 hours of having it. I ended up cracking the center post on the build deck, and because it was a clone, yada yada. But I just, you know, to me, I think for someone, you know, not your, if you're just getting into vaping, or you're into vaping, you're looking for that next step, you're looking for more clouds, you know, do keep in mind that you can't just run this on a standard regular ego battery. You're going to need something a little higher power that can handle lower ohm builds, such as, you know, something like this or some of the iStick devices. Just make sure you can get something that'll fire sub ohm. This coil right here is reading 0.6 ohms, so make sure you can fire down to at least 0.5. I would even look for something a little lower. But that's it. I mean, really, I'm enjoying this thing. I like it. It's really incredible. Very nice, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's it. So me, and the Sigali and the Subtank, we're going to watch some TV, or some YouTube, and vape. Thanks for watching.